Hello, Proxy Table Gaming fan, PTG, Hyper G with lucky sixes.
Yo, yo, yo. How we doing?
Good. How are you?
Um, Slightly above average.
Well, that's better than slightly below average.
It is. It is.
Yeah,
Slightly.
yeah. Hmm. Yeah, well, exactly. Only slightly, but yeah,
But
slightly times two,
yeah,
really.
well, yeah,
You know.
exactly right. So that middle school thing. However, I'm even better now that we are recording and giving some back reps out there for YouTube.
Yeah, well, it's not really for YouTube, is it? It's for the viewers of PTG. YouTube is the vessel of our greatness.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Let's do it, shall we?
Shall we? Why not? We're
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Clash
Oh,
22
ID. Ugh.
ID.
Uh,
Yeah. So I mean, so far I've had uh
yes, remind me. I've forgotten already.
Red Elves in Battle 2, which was Tanker, which was interesting. Vampires in Battle 1. So a win and then a loss.
So the
And
win
then,
was an objective win over Gareth.
yeah, objective win, basically objective loss with a little bit extra.
The fighting withdrawal, wasn't it, from
Yeah.
Tanker?
And now ID. So,
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I guess some of the better armies as well, which is cool, which is good to go up against. And Sam Freestone as well.
Oh, I played Sam
Yeah.
after war. Great.
So
Good,
nice
good,
to see
good fun.
an army out. This is my army, Killison, his cousin, brother.
Cousin now?
I
Brother?
don't
Brother
know.
cousin?
You never know with vampires, do you?
Well, no.
Exactly what the
Yeah, yeah.
relationship is.
No, true, true.
And Shrieking Horror, along with other bits, is the big thing I'm trying out this time
Yeah.
round. Sam's list. So the
I'm
ID.
expecting this to be a lot built in a similar way to his Empire list.
Sure. Well, there's no cavalry.
Yeah, well, all right. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
He has a pyro prophet. He has a BSB with a Banner and Relentless Company. He has a Conjurer Adept on Witchcraft with a Binding Scroll. Another Binding Scroll is not great for me, but I do have lots of different arises. So, yeah.
Yeah.
He has a big unit of Infernal Warriors regulars.
You love them.
Oh my goodness, they are blunderbuss goodness. Strength 5,
They
AP 3
really are.
shooting, don't worry about it. I don't mind too much about the AP. Yeah, I mean, I've got my Vampire Knights, but even then, they're not hitting much.
No.
So
There's ways to prevent them.
yeah, not too fussed about that. Two lots of Vassal Levies, which are interesting to see. It's a big Kadim Incarnate, big Immortal block, some Vassal Cav, big Titan, and a Giant.
Yeah, it's nothing like his Empire list.
No. Right. Essentially, I've done ID with my vampires before, and I have lots of flaming wards, so I'm not overly scared of the Kadim and Titan, the Kadim stuff.
Sure.
Also,
Yeah.
I thought until you sort of
Oh.
read into the Immortals block with the icon of Asheruk, which can
Sure.
take flaming off any attack and any unit within 6 inches.
Right, so they've got the best of both worlds, really.
Yeah. So the AP10 stuff.
Are you foreshadowing?
No, what this is, it'll come into play straight away in the deployment. Any
that's good.
unit within 3 inches of this unit.
Oh, okay, so it's an aura thing.
Yeah, can take the flaming off, which obviously means my lords go from don't give a shit to I really give a shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that is the big thing of this list, really.
Sure.
Is the icon of Asheruk is the super item that makes this list good in all matchups.
Speaking of super item, cheese, yum.
Cheese.
Beechwood, for anyone who's wondering.
Remy would be. I'm presuming you got wine with it.
If I've got wine in this, then yes, maybe.
Poor, half-assed, some would say.
Some would.
We played Refute Flank and Breakthrough, which again I don't mind the Breakthrough, although he doesn't either because he's got big blocks and is a bit closer to me. So there's that, and this is deployment. So I'm going to move us for the viewer. He went down and dropped for first.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we did a bit back and forth, but diagonal? No, I think he just dropped. And it's not a lot of stuff either. You sort of look at it; it's very elite and things. But obviously, with the flaming and the AP10, it's just something for me to be careful of. But he's got a giant. Some incarnates with Vassal Cav behind them, the big Ziggurat regulars, blunderbusses in the middle, the Immortals, the Kadim Titan, and the two vassal levies, behind.
Yeah, you would expect to see them hiding mostly.
Well, essentially, I guess he's got his 4 blocks in the middle and his incarnates on the side with the giant. Didn't really know what to do with the giant. So he just put him here to protect the flank a little bit. I put down my Dark Coach and Ghouls over here because I think the Ghouls can take the giant, and they're just going to march up and go for the objective, really.
So is this the first and only thing that is good about having the extended chassis on Donny Dark Coach? That you can do that little pivot and gain an extra half an inch?
Yeah, I suppose that's the benefit of it.
Yeah.
It's only 10 points anyway, so it's not like
I know.
upgrade thing. But yeah, it does help his aura for sure. I put him like this. I guess it gives him a bit of extra movement. I guess from a pivoting point of view as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. I've got Killy Killison's brother, cousin, lover, whatever
Mistress.
you want. Over there as well, just hoping just to go around and cause some issues, really. Behind the hill, all my chaff, because that's what I'm hoping to just stop him all game.
Keep it there.
Then I've got my 2 zombies with my Necro in the middle so that everything can march, including the Shrieking Horror, which I put up pretty aggressively, and the Vampire Knights and Kelly Killison on the flank.
So I'm yet to see you evaporate anything with your Shrieking Horror. And to me, whenever I've played against Shrieking Horrors, I have 1 or 2 units evaporated by Shrieking Horror.
Well, I think the issue is that you play against Shrieking Horrors.
Well, there is that. And
Multiple.
I usually take armoured units that die to Shrieking Horrors. So yeah.
It's I matched it up against the Titan. Basically, my plan. It's got 7 wounds, which is annoying, and a 5 Apagus. So
yeah.
But my plan is to do that and then charge it with something so that I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if I get it down by 2 or 3 wounds, I'm pretty sure my Cav, even though they'll take some wounds, will just run through it. So
agreed.
That's the plan over here. There's nothing here it can evaporate in one shot. Like even the Kadim Titan has 7 wounds. The Vassal Cavalry is the only thing I can evaporate, but there's no point, right? So he doesn't have that option in this game. But what he can do is hopefully help out the against the Titan. The Titan's beautiful model, by the way.
Absolutely, yeah.
See it in a bit. He moves like so. The blunderbuss eye go right up.
Okay, so they're doing their march and shoot 12 inches. So
they're on the hill. And that is that. Arguably, could have my Shrieking Horror pointing that way, but there's nothing that he's going to be comboing, so he wouldn't ever go in there. Everything has moved within 3 inches of the Immortals unit, so there you go.
Yeah,
and the giant just goes behind the hill. I think we're both agreed won't really do much over there.
Can you see it with the Killy Killison's cousin or not?
I can't see it. No, he moved him there so that he can't see me. I can't see him, and if I move, he will be able to see me. So
yeah, sure.
There's that. Over here, he does a few wounds. Only 2 wounds to my dogs. Couldn't care less.
I imagine only as front rank shooting if they're only just on the hill.
Don't know. I honestly don't know. But there wasn't many that did it, so I don't. Yeah.
Well, they're
Can't remember.
starting on 5s anyway, aren't they? So
Yeah. And nothing really much else in the way of stuff. I think he got a pyro flow off on my Shrieking Horror to do 1 wound, but I've got
okay,
healing again. Don't matter too much.
yeah,
So on the left side, I move up really aggressively. I just say, "Come on, then. If you want any part of it, you can go." And he can march. You can charge past my units and go 1-on-1 with anything. But honestly, I don't really care. I think I can handle
no,
him whatever I go into over there. So I just
yeah.
move up like so.
I'm interested to see that you're taking on most of the center of his army with 2 units of zombies and chaff.
Oh yeah, they're not
You
planning
know,
on taking him on at all. Really,
no,
my
no,
plan actually is to hold him up where I can,
yeah,
rather
yeah,
than
yeah.
do actually anything.
So
And
you're like
occasionally,
doing an envelopment tactic,
I guess so. Yeah.
weak center.
Hoping. Yeah. Again, chaffing those 2 units so they can't really do much, and if they charge, they go off in different directions.
Yeah,
My Shrieking Horror comes up because it can't be charged by the Immortals to have a go at the Titan. Let's see what it can do.
right,
And
yeah,
my Knights go up. With Killison there, he's hitting and wounding the Titan on 2s.
nice.
I'm not like, and in the unit he can't be touched by the AP10 stuff. So
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he wins that. So I'm not too bothered
you're
about
not
that
fussed
being.
about losing the Shrieking Horror on the way to that.
No, because I think that's a good trade in this
Okay,
game. I don't think the Shrieking Horror does much else. I'd like to keep him alive if I can, but if he gets rid of the Titan, then that's one less thing to worry about for me.
yeah,
So
yeah,
even if he goes in, I don't think he's guaranteed to kill me. But we'll see. This is a test really of how much he
yeah,
likes
yeah,
that combat. So we'll see.
yeah.
I get in a rise off to
Great,
help out
full
on full
wounds.
wounds. Um, I don't know what this was. This was something, but I can't remember.
No,
It might just be a close-up picture. Who knows?
yeah,
Oh, this is him charging.
right.
He charges both the chaff. In my shooting, I obviously didn't get a direct picture. I want to say 2 wounds.
It looks like there's 2 tokens on the Titan.
Which I wanted to do 3 in my head because I think like all of them wound and then he does a 5-up save. But I think actually on average, I mean,
Yes.
I think I only did 4 wounds and then he saved 2. So I was like, okay, a bit below.
I think 3 is an average expectation.
Yeah.
So to do 2 is probably a bit unlucky.
So there was that. He obviously makes it in with both and is facing thusly. He moves this way and obviously is not now within flaming range or flaming turn-offy range of the Immortals. He didn't charge my Shrieking Horror.
Okay.
So I was very interested to.
So he wasn't prepared to swap those units.
Yeah, I kind of think the Titan takes me off. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean,
before me, which is
could he have charged the Shrieking Horror and then just chaffed with his Vassal Cav to stop the counter charge? Because then he could have kept both.
Why not? I think this was like the absolute maximum his Vassal Cav could have moved. So then it might have been a bit tougher. But yeah, it was an odd one. I was pretty sure he kills me, but knowing this, I'm like, well, I think I can just chip away now.
Or you could even take out one of the vassal units and just have fun.
Yeah, that's it. So it gives me some options. His giant comes, passes a march check and goes behind me. I don't really care. It's facing that way and not my zombies, so I'm pretty happy.
Yeah.
They clear the chaff, of
course.
Then I charge Killison.
I thought you might do that. Yeah,
hoping to reform and just move up the knights to challenge the vassal units. Is my play.
And I'm guessing they'd be closer to breakthrough, if not already.
They're already. Well, now they're already in.
Yeah.
So yeah, I move up my Shrieking Horror to within 8 of the Titan, and nothing else is facing it. So if he didn't fancy it before, I'm pretty sure he won't fancy it this time. My bats come up to stop the ziggurats again. That's my play all game.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think only 1 more wound here.
Oh, okay.
So
Hard, hard.
I'm like,
Tough crowd.
I'm just not. If I'd done 6 by now, I would have ran away and like anything
Yeah.
can take him. But only doing 3 at this point, I'm like, oh god, this is making hard work
Mm.
of it. But I'm happy enough because he is losing wounds and he can't regen them like me. So, yeah. Killicudson obviously kills them, and I'm not sure he ends up facing this way, but we'll see.
I was going to say, what's your tactical thinking
there? There might actually be a thing where if I do leave him like this, it gives him a double 6 charge instead of an 11.
I see. Right,
I don't think, even if I overrun, I think I need like a 10 to get out of any arc. So I think
it's not like you were going to charge into a unit of Immortals solo. So yeah,
exactly. So that might be the case. He charges Chef. And oh yeah, I got Rod of Battle off. By
that
the way,
is not. That's cheating. That's cheating. That is not counted as a useful cast.
What? It stopped his giant coming in. Thank you very much.
Did it?
Is the giant there? Thank you,
Sam. Did the fact that Rod of Battle was on that unit stop you from charging your giant into the rear of vehicles that would have murdered him?
Yeah. See, there you
go. That's 2 castings.
Pyro magic.
1.5.
Pyro magic does 5 wounds to me.
Well, that's just rude.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Oh man. Kills the chef. Over here, because Immortals are facing that way, and I worked out that there was no way for him to reform and move to get within 3 inches.
Okay.
I chaff because I've got the 2-up Aegis save over here.
Okay, sure.
So if he goes in, I'm great. I can just keep tearing him up.
Sure.
And he won't be able to get his guys over. So I'll have a few rounds of combat.
Okay.
He takes the charge and wants to see if he can just get off a few of the AP 10s and make me roll some ones.
Yeah.
Oh no, what was this? Oh no, I think he chaffed me actually. Because it's now onto my turn. So he chaffs me with the Kademon Incarnates and I charge. Right. So happy days. Right. Ghouls just turn around to face. Black Coach comes this way to come up, basically zone the Titan now. To stop him from going too far. The Shrieking Horror is where you see him chaffing the bows, and the only thing that can see him is the Kadim Titan, which, if I can get some raises off, might work. I'm 18 inches from Killicudson, so he can do that. I think I'm 18 inches with it from Killicudson's brother. As well, and obviously Necro is close as her hand, so I've got like 4 raises that I can do on him. I can get 3 wounds off in a magic phase, so that'll help.
Yeah, you really weren't worried about leaving your Shrieking Horror in the middle of the action, though. You weren't thinking, you'd never considered just flying him away to safety and slow recovering him.
He's behind the Immortals who are facing the top.
Sure.
He's behind the blunderbusses.
Sure.
Who, if they turn around, spend a turn going that way, which means I still have my chaff. And the only thing that can see him is the Kadim Titan. So, and I'm hoping he still hates that combat. So, yeah. Killicudson joins the unit and goes as far away to leave them at 6/6 and threaten the vessel cav. Vessel unit. Please. So, hoping to mop them up.
Yeah, makes sense.
I get an arise off or 2. I do 2 out of a possible 3 wounds. Sure. Oh yeah, no, that's 1, isn't it?
That's 1.
Maybe he stopped everything else. I kill the champion, maybe, or if they don't have a champion, I do 3 wounds, so all good.
Yeah.
But they stick around. And I do 1 more wound over here. So
chipping away.
Yeah, only 3 wounds left, but we'll see what happens. I think he takes this charge on, get rid of the zombies. He also takes the Titan on now.
Okay.
Now that I've only got 2 wounds
left I would have expected that.
Yeah. I mean, I could have thrown me in the corner, but yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Yeah.
It might have been a better play to be more conservative with him and just 3 out of 7 wounds and then keep his
Sure.
points.
Yeah.
But I
It
was.
depends. It depends whether you needed to do other things with magic, because obviously, if you're already given up half points on your shrieking horror and you can't afford to use any arises on him, then fair
My
enough.
whole
But
list is based around Arise though, so I don't.
yeah,
The extra stuff doesn't really do much apart
no,
from Rod of
no.
Battle, of course.
Well, naturally.
So this is him. He chaffs with his giant. He is able to now do a reform. I think it might be 6 inches. I think I might have been doing him a disservice before, but to get the immortals like this, into
Very
the
wide.
boundary of the incarnates. So it was a very
Oh,
interesting.
Yankee move.
Well, yeah. So now they won't have flaming. So I've got some AP 10 stuff to survive.
Right. Sure.
And yeah, and otherwise it's like so. He polishes off the Shrieking Horror, probably to be expected at this point. So it might.
It's just a shame that your horror just didn't do more wounds to it in the build-up.
Was it 6, 12, I guess 14 shrieks. I'm not sure whether that does 7 wounds overall. Wounded on 2s with a 5-up save.
I think it should.
Another day, might do it.
Yeah.
He does 2 out of 2 with his AP 10 stuff.
Nice.
And obviously I've got a rerollable 2-up and no Aegis, so that kind of does me over. And then he manages to pop off the last wound with his AP 1 stuff,
Sure.
which is annoying because I've got a 1-up rerollable. But yeah, so I die. I do like 6 wounds before I go.
I'm guessing you attacked first, right?
Yeah, so I do 6 wounds and then he does his AP 10 first. He's got 2 AP 10s on my armor.
Right,
which is
okay, that's fine.
2 wounds. Then I do 6 wounds, and then he pops me off with the last one.
And his normal attacks didn't have flaming.
He's turned it off if he does.
Is he still count as turning it off if the immortals are no longer within 3 inches because you killed his back rank?
Well, yeah, like I said, I think it's 6. I don't think it's 3. I think it's 6 inches. So, but yes.
Oh, okay.
And it's at the start of the combat, I believe.
Sure.
Anyway,
if that's I haven't read the item recently.
Yeah. No, I don't know the exact wording, but I'm pretty it would have counted for the phase, I think. So yeah,
still, if you're going to roll a 1 for your armor, then
yeah, that's it.
Twice.
So it just did me over. I just needed to survive that really, and then maybe some vampiric, and then we'll see. But yeah, gutted. But that's a lot of points, and I didn't really get anything out of it.
Yeah, sure.
He kills me to a man over here, which is mad,
of course,
but to be expected. I charge the ghouls into the incarnates, and the dark coach into the giant, hoping to kill him.
Yeah.
I do 2 wounds to him in combat, which isn't a lot with impact and stuff.
No.
I don't believe he does any to me, but I think he holds.
Okay.
I'll go another picture to see if that's the case. But yeah, it was a bit of a whiff fest over here.
I was going to say, that's not many at all.
Don't mind too much because I think I'll still get him over time, and I don't think he does much to me. So
no, but it would have been nice for Donnie to be freer to charge into the vassals next turn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Over here, I only do 1 wound with all my attacks, and he just obliterates me. Really.
Why didn't you cast Rod of Battle, man?
This is after I tried.
Was it? Was he dead? It was the guy who has it dead.
Yes, actually.
There you go.
Yeah. So this is the case, and this is a state of play. Onto his turn, he charges my other zombies who have chaffed with the ziggurats. He just stays where he is with the immortals and moves up like so with everything else. He hasn't turned to give me his rear with the dark coach. It's just easier to position him. I believe at this point as well, he witchcraft Ravenswing his vassal levies out the way behind his thing. So yeah, annoying. But yeah, this is state of play after that. Not great because this is his turn, so next turn he'll be able to turn everything, and as you can see, my necromancers, they're a bit out in the open, so kind of went a bit eager with my chaff. I think
You'll get a turn
too
before
many.
that, though, won't you?
I will, but
Yeah.
we will see.
Not you can't run far.
I can't run far.
And he can just shoot you, yeah.
On oh, there you go. I kill the incarnates and move up like so. And this is important actually. I only do 1 wound on his giant. He does none to me, and we stay there.
Right.
That's fine. I decide, because this is into my movement now as well, I decide not to go in to his immortals, who are there at this point. And on hindsight...
So, wait. With what? With the rear of the ghouls?
So I had ghouls in the rear.
Yeah.
I had
Killy in the flank.
in the front, auto charge. Both of those auto charging, and my knights needing a 10.
Right. Okay.
I decide not to because I thought I would be crumbled with the Lord. So he would challenge my Lord. I'd do 4.
You didn't have a ghoul champ?
Oh, possibly. I would have at this point, and I've got a turn to raise him up regardless. So
yeah.
I guess I didn't want to take the risk with the vampire knights, and that all sort of clouded my mind in that it wasn't a good charge to go in with the ghouls and Killy-Killison, because I thought Killy-Killison would crumble. But how many have they got wide? They're like 10 wide.
Mm.
They've only got 10 attacks going back, and I've got a decent amount there, and charge 7 wide, so charge 2 ranks at least, rear and a big rear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
I think your knights don't help you there. I think maybe
just
the
knights go in. They've got 15 strength 7 attacks, AP4, so they really would help if they go in.
Yeah,
and it's before
our immortals stubborn.
They're stubborn.
Yeah,
which means they'll grind. But again,
that might be an exchange you could afford to do with the especially if the mortals turn round in the end of the combat and then you charge them with the knights
they can't,
following turn.
If I get both units in, they can't turn round.
True. I'm just thinking not to charge with Killy, just put the ghouls in the rear on their own.
Yeah, possibly.
I mean, it's not like you care about ghouls and you can just rise them back.
Although, if he does that and then turns round, the next turn he probably does a number on my ghouls and then he turns.
And that's fine.
The knights.
Yeah, so but then the knights come in.
But yeah, so I don't know.
Anyway, it doesn't matter anyway. It's all speculative.
It's and we had a good chat afterwards, and I think I should have, but in my head, Killy was getting crumbled, and
no, that's fair enough. Yeah.
That put me off. So I decided not to do anything and just to face him like this, having my knights and my ghouls in his deployment zone, and get Killy up, hopefully on my last turn with Donnie Darkcoach to charge these 2 vassal cavern to draw the objective. So arguable point, but we'll see. The necromancer, is over by the house.
Okay. Hiding
for people that are interested. In combat,
what on earth is going on here?
I do 0 wounds.
Vincent,
and he
pull it
does
out.
2. 2.
And you crumble 1.
And I crumble 1. Something like that. I don't know. Whatever it was ridiculous. And I'm still now in combat. It is his turn, so I'm like, okay, well, as long as I survive and kill him, then I'll be able to charge on my turn. But I wasn't expecting to take that many wounds.
No, definitely
so that was annoying. Over here, he just turns to face and to shoot. So can he do 3 wounds?
Yes.
He turns to face, expecting us to stay there for longer, and we'll see. This is him, and he does indeed kill me on the last turn. This is turn 6. Kills my general, which he kept stopping raised dead. To be fair to him, because I was going to use them instead of regular chaff. So he prioritized quite well and against me. So It just meant my chaff was done by turn 4, and I had to start using zombies. So I was 1 turn of Raised Dead away from actually being useful. But he kept stopping it, so fair play to him.
Yeah.
He took the charge and then comes in and just obliterates
That's the thing, isn't it? If Donny took too long.
He did, and yeah, just madness, really. That I did not expect that. The giant did his job over there, but
no.
Yeah, gutted.
This is quite impressive. The amount of duds you've been.
I know, yeah. So I mean, I was expecting Donny Darkcoach to kill the giant for sure, and then just 1-on-1. I wasn't expecting to take any wounds actually either. Maybe 1, maybe 2.
Yeah.
So it just happened that I did 2 wounds, he did 1, but he had a charge and a flank, so crumbled me by 1.
Well, absolutely. Once the Titan's in, this game.
Well, he only did 1 wound with this Titan as well.
Still though, it's the combat res, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, that was a little bit annoying, really.
Definitely.
So my last turn, I know I'm losing.
Sure.
And I have the choice of both charging the giant, who has now 1 wound left, or taking a 10 and a 7. So 7 with the ghouls to get into the giant, and a 10 to get into the Kadim Incarnate with Killer Killison, who only needs to do 3 wounds and has got charge and a flank. So I'm pretty sure we'll do that. I decide to go for the riskier option.
Yeah, I can see.
In order to get
both
units, basically. And at the minute, I've only got like 100 odd points or something for the giant, so I'm wanting to get another 700 points, I believe, in total. Unfortunately, I fail both charges, which means I don't have anything. I lose the objective, and it's a massive loss. And this is what really we started talking about with the Immortals thing. So an 15-5 goes to an 18-2. It felt like this was a bad loss. Obviously it is. And I was happy not to get 20'd. But I felt like the matchup shouldn't have been an 18-2 to him. I felt like for the majority of the game I was in control. But
your units just didn't turn up.
Yeah, a little bit of that, and me being a chicken as well.
Man, it's not just on that one situation though.
This one.
There it is.
So it's essentially, do I go into the Immortals?
The writing is kind of already on the wall here though, because at the end of the day, if you go into the Immortals with Killy and with the ghouls, Donny Darkcoach is still dying to the giant and the titan.
Well, yeah.
Like, fact, because that did happen. You still potentially lose the objective because he gets both his vassals and his core ziggurats into your objective.
Yeah.
So that doesn't actually change. The only thing that changed by the fact that you didn't declare those charges was that Killy and the ghouls did nothing instead of potentially killing the Immortals.
Yeah.
But I guess the fact that you didn't do it meant that your knights literally were just trying and ended up not claiming the objective all game.
Well,
which is quite a good unit. Yeah, but they didn't win the objective.
So yeah. I don't know. It's that Immortals block is 600 plus BSPs plus general, so it's a huge points thing. And I guess, like you said, if the writing is already on the wall, what's the harm? You know. But I got in my head that Killy Killison crumbled, but actually with his 2-up, rerolling ones, he does a decent amount of wounds, starts chewing through. Maybe the ghouls with his champion is enough, and then if I get my knights in, it is game over. So he's only got 23 for me to get through. So if I've got 15 attacks hitting on 4s, wounding on 2s, I don't know. It's interesting.
This tricky one, you know. You might have charged in and much like a few of your other units did in this battle, they might have just all fluffed and you'd have just died.
Yeah.
So maybe the way it was going, that was the right call to not engage. But,
Yeah, sure. Another arguably is whether I was too casual with my necromancer and stopping the units. Yeah, I don't know.
It was quite interesting seeing you face down the entirety of his army with 3 units of chaff and 2 units of zombies, really.
Yeah.
And basically your flank just didn't perform the way you needed them to.
No, that's it.
Or you got locked out by the immortals, really. Just
Yeah.
facing backwards.
So I think I mean, he won the standoff, and I sort of played it too safe, not aggressive enough, I guess. But yeah, a good win for Sam. Good game as always. Sam was a lovely chap.
Definitely.
And then yeah, we went into the Saturday night, and that was a good night in Cardiff. It's very good.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to going back in September.
I shall be joining you for
that. So yeah, disappointing result wise. Puts me on, I want to say 21 after 3 games, so a lot below average. A lot to do on day 2, and yeah, 2 losses as well. So
all to play for.
All to play for. So very much not out of it. But I did leave this one thinking that I could have got a lot more points, even a win really. But that icon of Asheruk was crucial.
Well, it got in your head as much as anything else, didn't it?
Oh well, it was just he was. I don't think it got in my head. He was able to get everything, all his flaming stuff off.
Well, yeah.
It was more I couldn't go straight in to his killing without trying to be tricky, and for the most part I did that with just an oversight of him going 1 wide or 1 deep, whatever. It was just really good. It's just a really good synergy item for that, and perfect for this scenario, I guess. He does have Raven's Wing as well, which we said about on the. So that helps move his immortals around the place where needed. So it's good list building, I think, from Sam to include that and have it. But yeah, it did pose more threats than I thought it would. And then a few things just didn't go my way, which meant a big loss.
No, well, no, we roll on. You know, you keep your chin up, and 2 more games to play. So, like you say, still things to aim for. And it is only 2 losses. You know, if you come out with 2 wins and say 2, then
very much so.
It's still okay.
And once again, against Dread Elves in my turn 4. So we'll see. And that one against Trent. So a lovely game.
Who you faced recently?
We faced recently with Dread Elves as well, which was nice. I had a different army though.
Sure.
But yes, so look forward to that. Look forward to day 2, and look forward to grasping some points back to climb up the table.
Yeah, definitely. Good stuff. All right, well, let us know in the comments whether you think he should have charged the ghouls in the rear, etc. I'd be very interested in other people's opinions. You know, am I completely wrong in thinking that would have been the right play? Did Lucky Sixes actually play it correctly and just got unlucky with the aftermath? Because, you know, I think you were terribly unlucky not to dent anything in this, really. And so, yeah, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We're Patreon. We have social media going on all over the place. So, yeah, get involved, and we'll move on to round 4 very shortly.
Yes. See you later.